Hi everyone, welcome to our Intro to Building series. I'm Sean, and in this first lesson, we're diving into the basics of container blocks. Containers are the foundational blocks in Refoundry, essential for building layouts by grouping content into organized sections. A container block is a way to group blocks together as a single section. It's a versatile wrapper that organizes and holds any blocks you want to include, such as images, text, or even other layouts. The only thing you can't put in a container is a column. Those have to go inside a row. Containers are the backbone of Refoundry layouts, especially when combined with rows and columns to create more advanced designs. They also come with powerful options to control spacing and background settings that we'll get into this lesson, as well as additional settings for background images, linear gradients, borders and border radiuses, and more advanced positioning options that we'll get into in later lessons. Let's talk about the max width versus full width container settings. I'll start by adding a container. By default, every container in Refoundry has the Remove Max Width setting disabled, which you'll find under the Layouts tab here. Meaning by default, max width is active, which keeps the content neatly contained at a width of 1200 pixels. This is designed to help with readability and alignment by ensuring content doesn't stretch too wide. To illustrate, I will give this a medium blue background, and then we'll throw a content block in here. And then we'll take a look at it on the front. So here you can see that it is not extending beyond our max width setting. If you want the container to stretch edge to edge across the screen, we have to toggle the Remove Max Width setting to active. So I will select the container and I will toggle this on. And if we save this and refresh our screen, we will see we are now going all the way to the edge of the screen. This is great for sections where you want to create a full width effect, like sections with fancier backgrounds or expansive callout sections. So, max width containers are most useful for centering and aligning content consistently across sections, while full width containers are great for sectional design elements and spacing. To demonstrate, I'm going to add an inner container. I'm going to leave max width active, move my paragraph block back inside of here, and then I will give this background a color of light blue. Save. And then we'll go back to our page and we will see now that we have this full width container with the mid blue and then our inner container with the light blue. So now our text isn't stretched all the way to the edge, but we still have a nice background element. So as you can see, when used in tandem, you get the best of both. A cohesive full width background with a centered inner layout. For Refoundry Pro users using our component library, you'll find that each pre-built section will be set up with this nested two-container arrangement. This dual container approach makes it easy to control both the visual impact of a section while keeping the inner content aligned and legible. Alright, let's explore padding and margins, which control spacing within and around containers. Padding is the inner space inside the container, affecting how close or how far the content inside the container is from the edges. Margins create outer space, which affect the distance between elements on the outside of the container. To adjust these settings, we'll select the container we want to do that on and go to our Layout tab and select Spacing. And you'll see that we have these sliders for top, right, bottom, and left padding, and then the same arrangement for margin. So in this example, if I want to create some spacing between the outer container with the medium blue and the inner container with the light blue, I'll use some top and bottom padding. So I will just slide this to 4. The padding sliders go from 0 to 12, and these are based on rems. So if I save that, you'll now see I've got some nice space around my block. Consequently, if I wanted to create some more spacing around my paragraph so that it's now nicely saved around the edge, this is starting to come together. Now, margin controls the space around the container. So if I had a second section and I wanted to create some space between them, and I'll make this one pink for illustration, then I can create some margin, and I now have space between these two elements. And I go back to my page and refresh, and you can see I now have this space between these two elements. Alright, so this covers our basics of the container blocks. By understanding these settings and the two container structure, you'll have more control over spacing and background effects and different layout organizations. In the next lesson, we'll get into row blocks and how they structure the alignment and flow of your content within containers. If you have any questions or want to learn more, feel free to reach out to us through our website or book a demo. Happy building, and see you in the next lesson.